everybody, Being the Brave here, coming to you live for what feels like the first time in ages. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. It's been a little bit. How y'all doing? I am happy to be streaming again. Well, the reason for the absence of streams was because I've just been so heckin' busy on Stonevania, recording and making episodes. The thing is, the past 6 episodes that I've thrown out, or like 5, I guess, 6 will be coming out tomorrow. The first 6 episodes of Stonevania pretty much all got recorded within the first week of the server being open. And then for the past, like, 3 weeks, I have just been editing those. So when it comes to actually doing stuff on the server itself, I haven't been doing much. Because I've just been trying my darndest to just get through the backlog of, you know, the 8 videos that I have already recorded and just waiting to be... I've got 3 more that need to be edited before I'm finally caught up with the present. But today, we can do a little bit of behind the scenes work, you know, just do a little bit of grind work to get ready for episode 9. Episode 6 is coming out tomorrow. Episode 9 will come out when the gods decide. But anyways, how have you guys been? How y'all doing? I've been doing good. I've also been, let's go closer, still dealing with the fact that I moved cross country and taking care of all of the paperwork that comes with that. Because when you move to a different state, you have to switch everything. You need to switch car insurance, you need to switch car registration, you need to switch health insurance, you need to stay on the phone with health insurance for hours, you need to apply to stuff like Medicaid if you aren't able to work enough to make a big paycheck. And then you have to deal with that. And then you gotta change your address. And then you gotta make sure that all the bills from your previous address are canceled. And then you gotta talk on the phone with them because your landlord is still sending you the bill for the cost of internet at the apartment that you are no longer living at. And then you gotta tell the health insurance people that no, you do not still work in Pennsylvania. You left that job like 5 months ago, and you are not making that money anymore, and they're trying to bill you according to that paycheck and not the one you're currently making. And then you gotta go to the DMV, and you gotta get your driver's license switched first. You gotta get your license switched, and then you gotta get car insurance. And then once you get car insurance, then you gotta go to a dealership to have them fill out a paper for the car registration, and then you take that paper back to the DMV, and then they give you a new license plate, and then you gotta figure out how to install a license plate on your car, because in this state, they require you to have a license plate on the front and back. I have one on the back, but I don't have a little slot to put the license on the front, so I might just hot glue it on there and be done with it. So yes, I've been doing a lot of adulting work. I've been doing a lot of paperwork and spending a lot of time on the phone and on the websites and going to the DMV and just getting all that taken care of. But Ninja Stars, hello, welcome. Moving is a long process that can take a year or 2 to get everything finalized. I know, but at least I think the car registration that I took care of today was the final piece of like switching things over from PA to CO. So I think that's the final, that was like the final piece of paperwork of like switching my name over here. So like I said, it's my insurance and then car insurance and then the actual apartment insurance. That's the 3 things. You, car, house. And I'm pretty sure that I'm done with the paperwork for now. Went to the doctor yesterday to get, you know, set up. Kind of treated that as a test run for Medicaid. Be like, please, They didn't send me a card, they just gave me a little piece of paper. Does this work? Can you tell me if this works? And well, let's just say I'm happy to be done with all of that. So now I can go back to focusing on the apartment and getting the apartment set up, because I've been slowly working on my room. You know, just decorating my room, but I kind of put a pause on that because I've got 3 items that I need to assemble. One is a what would you call it? I guess it's like a drawer. It's sort of like a table with cupboards. But inside the cupboards is where you can put a cat's litter box, and there's a little, you know, hole on the side for the cat to go in. So I want to set that up because Felix is a litter kicker, and I have thick carpet now, and litter plus thick carpet means very unpleasant sensation on your bare feet when you walk. So I need to get that little cupboard assembled and, you know, move his bathroom into there, so now when he kicks the litter it doesn't go into my carpet. I got one of those like little kid nets or like hammocks that you put stuffed animals in, because I have a bunch of stuffed animals that I am not willing to part with and I need a place to put them, because previous place I had a bunk bed set up, and that's where you remember this curtain was hung up on the bottom bunk as my my backdrop. But I had all of the stuffed animals on the bottom bunk. Now, I don't have that anymore, and I just have a pile of stuffed animals, and I'm like, I need somewhere to put these guys on display. So I got a hammock, so I need to get that out of the box, set it up, take stuffed animals, put them inside. So they're up and off the floor. And then the last thing I need to assemble is a cat tree, again, that I got for Felix. And the other cat, Maddie. I'm sure he'll like it too. But I'm kind of stuck in that, you know, that game where like you need to, there's the cars in the parking lot, and in order to move one car you need to move another car, but in order to move that car you need to move another car, and it's a little puzzle game to like get the car out. That's kind of where my brain goes whenever I have like multiple things to do, because I'm like, the pile of stuffed animals is sitting where the cat tree needs to go. So rush hour, yeah. So do I move the stuffed animals first, or do I assemble the dresser first to get the litter box out of the way, because where the litter box is now is where I want stuffed animals to go? Or do I assemble the cat tree first so that Felix stops destroying things when he's bored? Because man gets the zoomies, and when he gets the zoomies, he tends to run into things and scratch things. So do I make the cat tree first and just set it out here? But if I make the cat tree first, again, that's going where the stuffed animals are. So do I just move the stuffed animals, put the cat tree there, and then put the stuffed animals in the hammock? Or do I build the dresser first so I can get the litter box out of the way, and it's just, and then nothing gets done? So at this point, I'm just gonna flip a coin and do one, because if I do one, then the next 3 things will fall into place. But yeah, such is the life of trying to do things with ADHD. But again, now that I got paperwork out of the way, now that I got DMV out of the way, now that I got an episode ready to go tomorrow, I still need to make a thumbnail, but I can do that tonight. It's the amount of cars in the parking lot has dwindled, so now assembling those pieces of furniture are like the only things left on the list that I need to do. So instead of having like 9 things to do, I now only have 3. So we'll see. I'm definitely going to be sharing a picture of my room once it's finished, because I'm very proud of it. I've been, like I said, working on it and buying the decorations and getting stuff set up. And right now it's just kind of gone back to being a work zone, but once I get everything set up, it's going to look cool. Oh my god. So our porch door is like right there, and I just looked outside and just saw the most ominous rain cloud is just hovering above the town. That's sick. Yeah, when we moved here, everybody who we talked to was like, oh my god, it's so great, it's so amazing. It has been great, it has been amazing. But everybody has said, It is 300 days of sun. 300 days of sun. It is just nothing but sun. You come into the state and you just immediately get blasted with the sun. There's just constant sun. We have no cloud cover, and ever since we've got here, it has rained every single day. It has been a very stormy summer. I don't know if it's been lightning and thundering for anyone else for like weeks straight, but we have just been getting hit day after day with thunderstorms. Even if it's sunny in the morning, give it a few hours, it'll turn into a thunderstorm. We got a hailstorm the other day, and my poor plants, I got like a bunch of plants out on the porch. I ran out into the hailstorm with, you know, I had this hat specifically because it's got like a cushion up front to put pins in. This was my helmet to protect me from the hail. I ran out and grabbed all of the plants I could carry to bring them inside so that the hail wouldn't kill them. We lost two. Two of them turned brown, and I think they're dead. But the other ones look okay. The other ones seem to enjoy the water, at least. My succulents got dented. Which, they should be fine. They should be fine. But, anyways. Hopefully it doesn't hail again, because then there's a chance power could get knocked out and I'll have to blip out of existence for a bit. But, it doesn't look like it. We might just get a pitter patter. Ninja Star says, can't wait to see. Yeah, I know, it's going to be super nice. Exactly. I can't wait to finish my room too. The thing is, I keep hovering over the Minecraft button to click it, but I keep getting distracted. The thing is, I want to put curtains up in my room, but I don't trust Felix. Because he's very sharp. He's very sharp. He's very sweet, but he's very sharp. And the kind of curtains that I want would kind of be like flowy, lacy, pink, you know, pink and white flowery things. But if Felix got his claws on those, it would just like he would just look at it. It would just evaporate. So maybe a heavier duty one like this. I got this at you know, Joanne Fabrics, now Spirit Halloween. But this one's kind of heavier, so maybe this would be more claw resistant. But who knows? Like I said, it's gonna be a work in progress. Rome wasn't built in a day, and my music is a little bit too loud, so I'm gonna turn that down. Boop. And I think it's time we jump into the game. Boop. Let's make sure it's here. Game, Minecraft. You were here a second ago. Come on. Player. Let's go into Stonevania. I think I left off where I wanted to leave off, so let's see. Why aren't you showing up? Hello, game. Oh, that's game audio. Game capture. Capture window. There it goes. I was like, why isn't it picking up the game? And I was clicking on the game audio button. There we go. But last I left off, let's see, what was the last episode that went up? Number 5. It's the horses. Last you saw me, I was gathering horses. Horses are all done to take care of. I'm sick of them. We're done. But in the meantime, since then, a few days ago, I met up with Nessie and Athy, you know, Skeptical Nessie and Attempsis, 2 of the other members, and we went and raided a trial chamber, which that's going to be an episode going up in whenever I finish it. You'll get it when you get it. But after raiding the trial chamber, Athy said, if you want to rip out the copper in here, go for it. So that's what we're gonna do today. This is a project that I knew would take a long time, and I'm gonna try not to look at any spoilers. Actually, I'm gonna hang up Max out here. I don't have a lead. Oh, I'm holding it. Boop, there we go. So you hang out here, Max, and I will hop on through. So it looks like Athy's got some... has got some plans. I think... I can't remember if they were gonna build up or dig down. I think they were gonna make a crater. Where's the stairs? There's the stairs. But if you haven't seen any of her videos, go check her out. Wait. Let me check my description real quick. Did I adjust it to feature... Ah, dang it, I don't have the other Vanian's socials set up for stream yet. But if you go into any of the videos, you'll see everybody's socials there, and you can go give them a follow. Howdy, howdy. Am streaming. What direction was the trial chamber? Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just gonna pick that up and we're good. I think it was over this way. That's right, because last time there was a bunch of mushrooms around here, and I think since then she's cleared out the mushrooms. Athy says I have a ringing in my ear. Yes, you do! I'm trying not to look. Remember to set status. I don't think I have that. Athy, I am clear to strip mine the copper, right? Bean doesn't have that yet. Nope. And if I recall, it is over here somewhere. I've only got 2 pickaxes. Yes, ma'am, but you're running way off. Okay. It wasn't down here, was it? Oh, that's cool. Was this already here? That's naturally generated. I've never seen a chasm in the middle of a mushroom island before. Cool. Okay, so back here. Back at the platform. What direction do I go? Just down here? Wait a minute. There you are. You're in the game. Actually, let's see who all is on. We've got Thamesis, Heroic, Lint, Markamu, and James. Cool. This way? That way? Over here? Over here? Over here? There you are! Oh, wait, I think I may have... There we go. Platform portal. This way. Boing. I tried, but I got bad ones. So I think these both have. I got 2 that have unbreaking 1. That's kind of it. So I figured I'd just go until they broke and then I'd go home. Awesome. Down I go. James says we aren't able to hear Athy. Hold up. Game audio. There. Can you do a quick sound test? Speak. Let me turn that up, so that's at 6. put you down to 2. Is it fixed? James! It did this before, where even though the little bar in OBS is moving, indicating that sound is coming through, sound isn't coming through. OBS. Minecraft Studio. Minecraft third-party server. I have it as game. See. Advanced audio. So game is on 2. Aha. Settings, stream. Output. Streaming, audio track. That is interesting. Okay, so it looks like it won't let me do it because I'm streaming right now. Huh. But that's so weird. It's one of those things where it worked before, and I didn't touch anything, and then suddenly it didn't work, even though no settings were touched. Yes, that is probably the cause. If updating takes off settings. I haven't done that yet. Got it. Well, let me just set game to all tracks and see if that does anything.
I don't know. Maybe? You're currently buffering, or it's at least my YouTube that's buffering.
Fixed! I changed it from track 2 to just every single track, and now it's working.
Yeah.
There we go.
Before you start recording, you do need to definitely set that back to just one track.
Yeah, but for now.
In the settings.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, have fun. I'll go AFK my frog-light farm now.
Back you go. Bye-bye! Wait, what direction did I have to go? This way. This way, yes. Ah, the path! There we go. But now you can hear the lovely sound of copper being dug up. And while I was gone, did somebody... Bean, where you at? At the... with the eye? At these... at these mushroom. Digging. Copper. Doo doo doo. Ah, it's dark and scary, like a roller coaster. This would be fun to put minecart in. Okay, we are on our way. I have a gift for you all. Oh no. Should I be worried? Oh, here we go. Is this... See lava over there. And a portal here. Where is... Well, let me respawn. Boots, nether, obsidian, button. Where do you get these from? Is that... Okay, this is a strip mine. Agnew, where's the... I see you snooping. Yeah, just looking. Where is the, I went down too far. Okay. Oh, I can't see anything. Oh no. Up here? That's lava. That's amethyst. Past it? You? Hold on. Bean, what? Passed it again. Well, I'll come back down here in a second. Cause I think, Miss Heroic is up here. Boing. Hello? I see a heroic. No, that's not a heroic, that's a lint. That is a lint fluffle.
Hello!
Hello, hello! Hi!
I have a gift for you.
Oh!
You said you had all the horses, but do you have this one?
I do not!
Now you do.
Hi, baby! Oh!
You can't breed it or anything, but it's a collectible item.
Spooky horse.
Yeah.
Spooky horse.
Spooky.
Awesome, thank you! I need to go find
No problem.
a safe spot to put him. Do you have a lead?
If you want, I can ride him back and leave him at your portal.
Yes, please.
I
I'll
know
be
you
out
have
here
Max
for
here.
a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. I need to think of a name for him, because we have long horse, small horse, medium horse, weird horse.
Skinny horse.
Skinny horse.
Skinny horse.
Not a horse.
No.
Used to
Not
be a horse.
Horse past tense.
But yeah, I figured you had all the alive horses, but didn't know if you had a undead one.
Awesome! No, I don't have one yet. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. Well, I'll drop it off at your place.
Hold on, you gotta give him a kiss so he runs faster. Mwah.
Yeah, good luck. He's at 8.43. They all are. They're all slow boys.
On a scale of wait, how high does the scale go?
Like 14, 15.
14.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, he's slow.
Yeah.
It's okay. Well, he doesn't have muscles. He's
and you-
doing his best.
Can't breathe though.
Oh, I
Aw.
think we're losing her. Are we
Me
losing you?
or
The horse.
You.
who, me?
Yes.
The
You
horse. The
started
horse is
breaking
getting
up.
you.
My internet sucks, okay?
Aw. Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Oh, that was nice of them. Now let's see if finally after a half hour we can do some copper mining. There we go, there's path. Now let's see if we can find the entrance to this thing. Do. Is it over here? No, that's lava. That's iron. Is it? What? I see something in the dark. I see a hole. Unless this is another strip mine. Nope, this does not look like a trial chamber. Oop. But. You have a space over here and a space over here, unless you plugged it back up. No. This place is dark as heck. How come there aren't any mobs? Oh, because we're on a mushroom island. There's no critters. Except for these guys. Oh, you know what? You know what? Oh, the water's gonna take it away. I wanted to go grab the ink. Unless it was up here? I don't remember going this way. Nope. I'm lost! There. Pressing against the wall. Nancy's here! Is it down here? No, this is the strip mine again. Hello. Send this bean. What? You said it was to my right when I was going down, unless that was delayed and it's to my right now on this side. Is this even the right staircase?
I said, you know, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, here?
I went down here.
I don't know where you went down then, but this is the way.
Ah, you gotta keep going. I didn't see the hole continuing over here.
One would have thought you've been this way before.
Only once. And it's very dark. So my night vision is crap. Jeez.
You'll get used to it.
There we go. Anyways, I am glad that I went all the way down though, over there, because I hit the bed to respawn. Oh, here's all of our
Oh.
garbage. Ooh,
Yeah.
another
I
axe.
hope I don't need to come rescue you again.
Hopefully not. Everything should be plugged up. And if there are any monsters, I'll deal with them.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
Okay, have fun.
A feather falling book. Who didn't take that with them? Just wait.
Because
just wait.
Nessie gave it to you so you could use it.
I just didn't take it with me. I'll take that with me now. Well, let's get started with this copper. And I just gotta do some organizing. It's an unbreaking bow. That's good. Some chickens, flesh, stuff, arrow. Just wait, just wait. Potion of regeneration. That might be helpful. Powder snow. Husk head. I'll take one of those with me afterwards. But today we are focusing on getting copper. I'll put the raw copper in there just so we have our slots empty. Fire protection, unbreaking. What do I have? Just protection. Lots of arrows. Which I can't remember. Right, Dragon Fight is going out tomorrow, but as you'll see during the Dragon Fight, I pick up a bow and arrow for the first time, and I wasn't half bad with it. So I might want to start, just working on my bow and arrow skills. So I think I'll take those arrows with me. Do we want the tuft too? We'll come back for the tuft. Today we are specifically looking for copper. And I think corner is a good spot. And now we dig. And we mine till the morning light. Digging, crafting, and da 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 da. Dun 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 da 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 da. To the kingdom of the dwarf. I think I'm getting 2 songs combined. But yeah, as I've been working on my AU, if you've somehow found this channel through my animation channel, you'll see that I've been working on a sort of steampunk fantasy hermitcraft AU. And while writing it, I made a playlist. And I will be sharing it soon, of just fantasy music, sea shanties, steampunk, kind of techie music, whimsical Celtic Highlands tunes, all just combined into one playlist. And that's just what I've been listening to for like the past few weeks as I've been working on the little character cards. I love making those. I've been wanting to make something like that for ages, but I couldn't figure out the formatting, what kind of format I wanted to do. And then I found Pokemon, and I liked the idea of doing like an actual character card with a front and back, where front is artwork and then the back is the description. So I think once I figured out that that's how I wanted to format it, now I'm like, I can't stop. I can't stop. The next one I want to do is either going to be Exuma or Beef. I definitely want to do Exuma before I post the story. Because, like I said, I still need to put it up, probably just on AO3. I've never touched AO3 in my life. To be honest, it frightens me. I've never read fanfiction. I'm not a big reader, I'm more of a writer. I have more fun writing it, because I feel like when I read fanfiction, I'm just constantly thinking of my own AUs and my own versions of the characters and being like, well, in my story, this character would act differently. Or in my story, the character looks different. So it kind of just... The fact that I write so much of the fanfiction, it kind of takes me out of the experience of just getting lost in someone else's story, which kind of sucks, but that just brings me back to, I haven't touched AO3 before, so once I figure out how to upload the story, I will. I have the first 5 chapters done. Ooh. Oh, it's just a little dead end. So I have 5 chapters done, currently working on 6. But, you know, no schedule. You'll get it when you get it. You'll get it when I'm done with it. Same as my episodes. But, yeah, for the character cards, I want to make Exumas soon before I post it, just because I feel like I didn't do a good enough job of describing what he looks like in the story. And he's definitely a character where you kind of have to see him, and a written description doesn't really do it justice. You have to see what he looks like. But, you know, the downside is in the story, it's kind of hidden, the fact that he's a shapeshifter, and I write it up as a mystery that nobody knows what he is, and he's kind of this very friendly but unsettling enigma who's just constantly hidden behind a mask. But if you go into it from reading the character cards, then you're gonna know that he's a shapeshifter and the mystery's gonna be a little ruined. But I don't know, if you're just picking up the story for the first time and you haven't seen any of the illustrations or any of my stuff, oops, it's dark, then it'll be a surprise. But I do have fun writing Exuma because he's literally a bug piloting a suit of armor as a shapeshifter, because he just prefers to be a small critter. And writing that is just so, you can do so many like unsettling things with it, of like seeing the bug like skitter along the inside of the helmet. And that's especially unsettling if you don't know that he's a bug in there, if you assume it's a person, but then you see something like crawling inside of his mask. It's like, this is... But I imagine I need to work on his design more. I think that's also why I didn't give him too good of a description in the story, because I didn't really have a good idea of what he looked like. The most important question, what kind of bug? It varies. I think a good one is a butterfly, but he'll switch sometimes between, you know, being a bee, or I know a worm's not a bug, but he said that in the story he mentions he likes being a worm, especially after a stressful situation, because it's a very relaxing state to be in. There's just something so funny in the line. What are you now? Right now, I'm a worm. But given that it's a steampunk story, I'm gonna have to adjust his design, because I've made just a basic Exuma design where it's just his, you know, what his character looks like in the game, but drawn. So when I draw him for the character card, this will be my first time like actually doing a little bit more tailoring to his design to make him look more steampunky, because right now Exuma's design, he's very more cyberpunk. You know, with his costume being very sort of a sleek mechanical suit of armor, and the challenge is going to be to like age it to look like a steampunk suit of armor. So I definitely want to go with more of like a sort of like, you know, just a generic knight's armor, but then mechanicalize it, mechanificate it, and, you know, do what I did with Doc's arms and prosthetics, bronze them a bit, because the more cool colors you use, the more futuristic it looks. The more warm colors you use, the older it looks. So I think I'll sort of have to do the same thing where I just take sort of his green, blue, and black colors and just age them with more browns and orange, yellows, green, maybe keep the green but make it a green yellow, and just add a lot more visible moving parts, because with modern machines, everything's hidden behind very sleek metal or plastic. But with older machines, you can see the guts. You can see the tubes and the wires and the gears. So maybe if I just make more of the inside parts visible, that'll help make it look more steampunky. Because that's the thing, because I have a lot of mechanics in my family. I grew up around a lot of big machines. I can't just put random gears on an outfit to make it appear steampunky. I'm like, it has to actually function. It has to actually look like it does a job. And not just be there for the sake of decoration. See, I'll come back for the lights because right now I can't see without them. Oh, that's one of my favorite sounds in the game. Hopefully you can hear that, but the copper grates breaking. It's so good. It's so good. Ooh, I think speaking of Exuma's design, this here is perfect idea of just leading into the copper colors of orange and green. Because this is kind of already his color palette. So just lean into the copper that has oxidized on parts. And I definitely think at first, he's going to be a lot more hidden. So in like previous designs I've done, he's got like glass helmet and sort of like a glass belly where whatever creature he is, he can just like go down and talk to somebody on that level. Because his suit's like 7 feet tall, so he can like go down to a lower level to talk to somebody to be on their eye level. But for this, you know, initial introduction, I think I want him to be a lot more hidden because he's really hiding the fact that he's a shapeshifter. Alright, let's put some of these away. And at the end, I'll sort these out, but for now, I'm just gonna throw them in. Alright, let's keep going. Let's keep going on the floor. Focus on getting the green parts. So, yeah, for his design, I want him to be a lot more concealed so he won't have an open face. But then later, once he's, you know, more comfortable with the hermits and he knows that, like, he doesn't have to hide the fact that he's a shapeshifter, he'll swap his helmet out for glass so that you'll be able to see him. I just love writing shapeshifters in general, because in D&D, every time I play D&D, I've always played a druid because they're just so much fun to wild shape into things, and so useful. You know, you need to get underneath a door, turn into a snake. You need to get up on a high place, turn into a bird. You need to beat up a monster that's coming towards you, turn into a gorilla. Beat the crap out of him. So there's just so many useful things that you could do. So I guess that kind of goes into Exuma's personality, where he's kind of a jack of all trades. Between building, farming, redstone, and just anything imaginable. And also in the story, he's the captain and the navigator. So he's just all over the place doing a little bit of every job. And as a shapeshifter, that's quite easy because you can change into whatever shape you need to be to complete the job. As always, I feel bad because somebody in the comments was like, oh, this AU looks so fun and wholesome. I can't wait to read it. And in my mind, I'm like, fun, yes. Wholesome, there will be moments. But I'm going to scare the shit out of you. I'm going to dive into the horrors that can happen when magic goes wrong. And, you know, obviously I'll put the warnings up. But I'm going to hurt the characters. They'll get out. They'll survive. They'll be okay afterwards. But I'm going to hurt them. I will introduce some horrific things. And you, the reader, will have to decide whether or not the character's reactions are morally acceptable. And how much can you hold someone accountable when said person has been faced with horrors and they must find a way out? But yeah, with Exuma, there's definitely some creepy things that you can figure out how to do as a shapeshifter. And with Exuma, well, the whole reason why I have him, you know, turning into a bug is because he says that he prefers that state, but also he's just not very good. Oh. Oh no! I forgot that was there! Speaking of bugs, covering it back up will stop the rest of them from spawning, right? Or are they gonna keep going? There they are. Okay, we're good. So I gotta remember, don't touch that. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Exuma decides to shapeshift into small creatures, you know, bugs, axolotls, and the like, because he's not very good at shifting into bigger creatures, and he's especially not good at turning into a human. So there's a scene where he has to pretend to be a human, and it's just pure uncanny valley of that's not a person. And like the face is a little bit off, the voice is coming from the wrong place, and the features are kind of actively sliding and moving as he's talking. And afterwards everyone's just like, please don't do that again. And he's like, I try not to. Okay, phone call. There we go. That was my work calling me. Nope. There was a whole debacle where I accidentally got fired because they didn't complete my paperwork in time. So I worked for like a week and then got a call that was like, hey, our computer accidentally terminated you because we didn't like file your I-9 on time, so we're gonna figure that out. We'll call you back. And thankfully they called me back, so I will be going back to work soon. But it did happen at like a really, I guess, good timing, because the week that I got fired was the week that I started Stonevania, so that gave me plenty of time to actually be on the server and record and work on the videos. So, you know, it worked out. Boop. And you know what? This pickaxe is holding up pretty good. Okay. And it just says, yay! Yeah! Now I can actually, you know, have grocery money. That has been a big stressor on my mind recently. Just, you know, as everyone else is stressed at money. Just worrying about the monies and the finances. But like I said, I'm really happy with how, you know, my stuff over here on YouTube is going. And especially with how, like, the past few videos have done, like, with the first Stonevania episode passing 600 views. And what is it, the past two, I think, are one past 200, and this one is almost passing 200. Yeah, 4 is past 200, and 5 is almost there. The fact that they're doing so well is like giving me a lot of hope. You know, this goal that I'm reaching for is actually getting closer. Because, you know, I physically am just simply not built to work, and a 9-to-5 job is it disgusts me. The idea of working 9 to 5 disgusts me and pains me to no end. Like I said, now even looking back on the work that I was doing at the beginning of the year when I was a custodian, it's like I wouldn't be able to do that now, just a few months later. Like it was getting bad. I would be like, I'm grateful that I worked alone, because I was able to sit down and literally there were days where I would just lay in the supply closet because I could not move. I'd sweep a floor, mop a floor, maybe clean a classroom, and then that'd be it. That was all that I was able to do, and I had to go find somewhere that no one could see me and just go curl up for a bit. And yeah, it was bad. It was bad, and also mentally, it was maddening, because I was in the same building for 8 hours at a time, and it was at a point into the year where there were not a lot of students in that building, and it was just long liminal hallways, and there were days where I had to call off and go home early because I was about to just bang my head on a wall, because I was literally losing my mind, because it was just so empty and quiet. Like, if my headphones died, I went home. But it was the combination of constantly being in pain every time I moved, and just being scared out of my mind from a very quiet and isolated building was just thankfully the job I'm working now, that I'm trying to work now, is you know, just basic retail, but I'm around people. No, it's not the bottom of a spawner, is it? Oh my. We're gonna put that back. Could they spawn out of the bottom, or does it have to be the top? I don't know. Yeah, this one, it's just, you know, putting clothes away. And it's part-time, so I'm not on my feet as long. It's still long enough to hurt, But the good thing is with it being part-time, it's like I don't have to go into work the next day. I can go home and lay down and sleep for as long as I need to. So it's definitely a lot better. And with it being part-time, I actually have time to do this. And I have time to work on my silly fantasy AUs. I thought that was a spawner. That's just... I can't pick that up, can I? No, we'll just leave them there. We'll get the stuff around the edge when we get up there, because then we can just hop up. Let's take these out. I should probably mention the reason why we're getting all of this copper out of here is so that we can sell it. I want to start up a copper shop, just because that's a block that a lot of people want to build with. Not a lot of people want to spend the time mining to get it. So I think Copper Corp will be a good shop to set up in the shopping district. But I've tried mining for copper, and it is mind-numbingly boring. So when Matthew found the trial chamber, I was like, hey, can I take some of that to sell later? And they were like, yeah, sure, I don't need it. I'm gonna get rid of it anyways. So all of this will be stock for our shop. I want to see if I could probably unwax, or probably undo. Yeah, all you need is an axe to undo the green. Are all of these pieces waxed? I imagine they might be if they haven't, you know, oxidized. Because otherwise the chambers would just turn green before you could get to them. Do we want to go down or do we want to go up? Does this lead? This doesn't lead anywhere. Okay, so we'll take care of these. Yeah, I also realized that I need an excess of copper because in order to build the copper shop, I need copper. This truly is the Chalcolithic. Yes. I don't know what that means, but yes. I thought that said Catholic at first, and I'm like, huh? I don't know if you heard that through the microphone, but we just got a big clap of thunder. I'll take this. Give me that. Hopefully, I think this building that we're in is a lot. It's a very scary looking cloud outside. Weather frightens me. But yeah, this building that we're in is a lot better than the last one in terms of not losing power every time a gust of wind blows. So that's nice. So we should be safe. We might lose internet. That was the downside, is that because these buildings are also new, the internet likes to blip out every now and then. So hopefully everything stays working while we're here. The Chalcolithic was the Copper Age after the Stone Age, but before the Bronze. Cool! We are in the Chalcolithic Age. And like I said, we are strip mining this to sell in our store. Give me that. Don't do this right. And give me that. Give me that. There. There we go. And like I said, we can come back and take out the tough later. Maybe start up a tough shop. Who knows? And I think that's a spawner, so I'm just gonna take that piece and then put a light. Where's our box? Dump these in here. I should probably put a box down for any tough that we pick up. There we go. Looks pretty good. Now let's go around. Now we can go around the bottom and take out the bulbs. Shows here. Hello. That's become our tradition to do that anytime somebody logs in. I love it. Boop. Boop. Go. Give me that, give me that, give me that. Why was that hidden all the way back here? It just got generated over top of. Bonk, bonk. Ah! Ah! I keep forgetting that I put that one there for a reason. No, there's two of them. Run, run. Wait till the poison stops. No. Crit. Get. There we go. Made it by the skin of our teeth. Why am I getting poisoned again? Why was that delayed? Stay standing in front of. There's nothing inside of you. Boop. Oh. There we go. I do love the light from the copper bulbs. It's very nice. A good alternative to torches. I definitely think the copper bulbs will be a big seller. I don't even know how do you make. That's the third time! That's the third time! I hate you! I hate you so much! Ah! Don't you F me. I forget how to... Okay. There we go. Do you have any food in here by chance? Oh, wait! This is my ender chest. I have more pickaxes in there! Cool! No, no food. Nope. This way. Six says, why are you dying the moment I look over? Well... I need to find something else to cover up that spawner because I keep taking away... the block that's covering it. Oh, there's more copper on the way. Down we go. They're still here. Oh no. Oh, well, look what I have. A battle axe. Give me that. Oh, there he is. And he's hiding in the corner. Come here. And now I'm poisoned again! Ouch! That's my fish! There we go. Armor, armor, armor. Hat. Pickaxe. Pickaxe. Empty shulker boxes. I literally just grabbed every single shulker box I owned and brought it with me. We don't need these. I think this box will be for random junk. Can you put shulker boxes inside of shulker boxes? No, you can't inception them. So I need to... Let me just put these all up here. That down there, that there. Yeah, I definitely don't need this many. But you never know. You never know. Da-da-da. And now let's keep going. That's a hole. Let me take some of that back and cover that up. And I know that mobs don't spawn down here because it's Mushroom Island, but I'm still putting the torches down just for the sake of being able to see where I'm going. Oh. And now these. Bonk bonk. That is covering up spawner, so we won't fix that one, but we will take this one. I think there's so many like random copper parts in here. So you have like the cut pieces, you got the stairs, you got the slabs. When I put these in the store, I need to make sure that I have at least like a somewhat even amount of each item. So even though we have like an abundance of waxed oxidized cut copper, I need to make sure that I have an even amount of everything and not just a surplus of one thing. That's where I'm thinking for some of these, for these guys, should we undo the wax that's on them so then people can adjust, let them sit and turn the color that they want them to turn? Or maybe if we undo the wax on all of them, then that'll mean more business going to Heroic's bee honey and wax shop. You know, stimulate the economy. And we could even take all of the green pieces. We could take all the oxidized pieces and spack them so that they turn back into, you know, just regular copper and just sell it as that. that's my own little OCD talking. Like if I have a box of green stuff, and then a box of green stairs, and then a box of orange slabs, and then a box of cut orange slabs, it's just gonna be too confusing. So I could just turn everything back into this and leave it at that. I think for now. We can go around the outside and get all of these. And also these stair piece, these hanging decorations. Why are you dripping? Oh. Just picked up terracotta, that's all. Let me take the other one. Ouch. Ooh, the thunder's still going. That's so cool. Because like I said, from our place, we can see the mountains. And when it rains, the mountains just vanish. They disappear. Like, you wouldn't even know they were there. Because they're just engulfed in clouds. It looks so cool. And we'll get everything around the ring, and then we'll come back around and start. Actually, I'll take the chains too. I need some of those. Waste not. Boink. And we'll just let this fall. And the thing is, I doubt that our pickaxes will last long enough to get everything in the trial chamber. But at the very least, we'll have enough to at least start a pop-up shop, is my hope. So we can start making some diamonds. See, here's the thing, I have terrible luck mining. Like, I find a lot of cobblestone and a decent amount of iron. Maybe some gold. But it just takes so long. And I don't have the time. And I think since I've been on the server, I've only like naturally found maybe 2 diamonds. So why bother digging when you can just sell stuff and have people give you diamonds? Oh, throw these away. Put the chains in there. And I'll make this one the next one for copper. I think that's what I'll do with the store. I'll get the axe out and I'll change all of the green pieces back to orange so then I can just sell all of them together. And then whoever gets them then can let them sit and turn to the color that they want. Okay, so I've... Oh, Romite's back. Hello! Hello! I am streaming! I am ripping apart a trial chamber so I can get copper to sell it. Look at that, dude. Okay, so now we've made it to the second level. I'll put a torch down so I can see. I think at this point I'll go around the other side. Oh, wait, we got a bulb. We got a bulb. Come here. There we go. Why do chains take so long to break? I feel like something's crawling on me, but it's just the texture of my sleeve being weird. There we go. That is the downside of having long hair, is that I do constantly feel like there is something crawling on me. Server will restart in 5 minutes! Ow! Oh. Oh, yeah, you can see it's due for it. The pieces are lagging. For anybody who hops into the other member streams or stuff, when you see the server will restart in 5 minutes, that's so that we can prevent issues like that. That's how we fight the lag. Wow. Oh! Well, let me pick these up. And I guess we can just go until it kicks us off. And then we can pause and then come back. Let's look up pieces. Let's look pieces. Now let's climb back up again. And up. We've got just random singular pieces up here. No, that's a second start going around. Alright, well, let's focus on getting the first level. Hey. Hello, Felix. Cat incoming. There he is. His tail right in the camera. Smacking my mouse. Come here, baby. There he is. What if I get your toes? What if I get your toes? Mystic says, while your server is restarting, I'm waiting for Infinity Nikki to download, and then I'm stalking you. Oh no! I'll give you my my details so you can find me. I do want to see. My friend Mystic showed me the Infinity Nikki is doing a Stardew Valley crossover, or like a special of some kind. I haven't seen the trailer yet, but I know it exists. So I have been wanting to stream more Infinity Nikki, because it's one of those games where I don't care if you don't like it, I like it and I want to play it. And I've only just gotten out of the tutorial stage. I'm pretty much still where I left off in the from the first stream like a month ago, and I would like to continue it. So that might be a late night stream. I want to get a streaming schedule down, I know, given that I'm in mountain time, in order to catch my audience, I do need to go earlier. I need to stream earlier in the day. Because otherwise, if I stream at the time that I did when I was on Eastern time, then, well, the only people who are going to catch me are the people in California. So I do need to go earlier in the day for me, so that I'm in the middle of the day or in the evening for you. So if I could set aside a specific time, maybe not every day, but maybe like every other day or specific days. Maybe on the weekend. Because, like I said, this past month I've been focusing on recording and editing, but that has left me with no time to stream, and I do not like that. Me no likey. So I want to make sure that I have time set aside to get a cat off my keyboard. And just hop on and please don't knock my backdrop over. You know, stream and chat with you guys. Oh, there it goes. No, don't knock it over. Here, we'll scoot back to full screen while we wait for that. There we go. And it's good time for a water break. Not just for me, but for you. Go get some water right now. Or some juice or some milk or any kind of beverage. Maybe a margarita if it's late enough. That probably wasn't loud enough to pick up on the microphone, but I just went to push my chair back and my elbow just made a nice little sound. Anyway, I'm going to refill my water, so I'm going to be right back. I'm back. As you can see, the background is gone. Because a certain black cat knocked it over. And my roommate's painting setup just so happens to be in the line of fire. And it missed the painting by that much. So the backdrop is in timeout, and so is Felix. I can't put him in timeout. He wouldn't listen. But no harm, no foul. Painting's safe. He's safe. He's probably hungry because it is 6:12 and feeding time is 7. So you need to wait. He's looking at me with them big ol' eyes. Anyways, what were we doing? We were trying not to die in the copper mines. There we go. So now we'll just walk along the top and take this out. I love this one. This trial chamber it seems that it did generate a little bit scattered. So we do have a lot of like spare pieces just kind of stuck in the wall, and Felix is back. Hello. Thank you for turning that on. Don't knock my phone off the desk! Haven't you done enough? Look at this man, look at this man. It's the face of a criminal. It's the face of a little bad little man.
Just makes me one of my first Western posters. I don't want the poster.
Little wanted poster. Look at him. He is oblivious to the crimes he commits. He's He just sneezed in my mouth!
Ew.
You dick! That is something, that'll be the next thing on the list for our next cleaning day, is there are just certain spots around the house that have Felix snot spray on them because he's a very sneezy cat, and he'll just blast every surface he's near with snot. So I noticed on the door of the laundry room, on the bottom half of it, there's just sprays. I think on some of the kitchen cabinets, there's sprays.
The bathroom mirror.
The bathroom mirror.
The window above my desk.
The window.
My room's window.
My room's window. So we need to get some Lysol wipes and just clear the Felix snot off of everything. My computer monitor.
He must be cleansed.
He needs an Allegra.
Take him off the plate. Like a shame.
Yeah. I don't know what is I took him to the vet. Like when I first got him, he had like really bad like sinus things going on. So I took him to the vet, and I was wondering about the excessive sneezing, and they said, well, that's not really part of the condition he has. Right now he's just got like a, shelter flu, kennel cough. The sneezing, he just does that. That's it. He's just a snotty boy. He's too cute to go to prison. Oh. I just made direct eye contact with him, and he just slow blinked at me. By the way, for the fridge, the sound of the fridge has made its way into like several different episodes of different people's episodes.
Oh god. So Sorry.
I'm absolutely keeping it in because it's so funny. But like the first time I'm like giving the Central Park speech of like, today we're gonna be flattening this land, and then in the background, I thought it was like in the distance quiet, but it's somehow louder than me. Like it peaked the microphone a bit. I'm just and everybody stopped and just went, what the hell was that? And then after that is just your quietest little sorry. Well, yeah, that's our fridge making its daily cameo. Hello, Chev! Can't stay, but hope you all have a wonderful stream. Thank you! And Chev, I hope that you are doing good. I hope you're doing, you know, at least better than yesterday. That's all we can hope for. Boop, boop, boop. Boop. Let's take more of these out. I think the chains are wearing down my pickaxe more than anything else. Like, the copper is fine, but the chains are killing it. But I'm greedy and I'm taking them because I don't want to waste iron making these. So I'm just gonna take them. I did try to use chains for something a little bit ago, but then I didn't have enough pieces to make it. And like, I could have just like smelted some pieces down, but I don't want to. So this will be helpful. Chef says, I got to eat today. Awesome! You said you had your milkshake. By eat, I mean take 3 sips of a milkshake, but baby steps. Yeah! Like I said, milkshake's a good start. You can't go wrong with a milkshake. Ah! But hopefully tomorrow you can have a few more sips. Speaking of eating, I've recently become obsessed with making omelets. Like, when it comes to like making food or like, you know, preparing your daily meals, I will just get like hyper fixated on like preparing one thing, and then that'll be my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this week, my hyper fixation is omelets. Complete with just basic egg, slices of turkey, and slices of pepper jack cheese. And then some fajita seasoning. But then that with a protein shake has been every meal I've had for like the past few days. And cookies. I made some oven baked cookies. Where, you know, it's just the dough in the package. James says we're divorced, huh? What are you two talking about? Oh, Cherry's here. Hello, Cherry. Give him a snip on the nose. Give him a snip. He's trying to eat electronics. When will his crimes cease? Okay, so we've got one. God, look at how depressing this looks now. The copper without the copper. This looks so sad. Let's go pick these up. Chev says, I must go, but Bean, please put torches down before you make an accidental mob farm. We are on a mushroom island. So, I should probably put torches down just for the sake of being able to see where I'm going, but there will be no mob spawning. Unless I accidentally remove one of these pieces. Because underneath here is the spawner. But I would never be foolish enough to pick up the piece that's blocking the spawner. would never do that. There we go. Let's see if any of these fit in here. There we go. Nope, so that is all full. What's the tough doing in there? Get out of there. Let's throw you in there. See, that's why I brought all of these, because when you take apart copper, everything has like 4 different variations. So like I only have 1 waxed oxidized copper bulb, but I have 13 waxed weathered copper bulbs. And now these 2 need to take up 2 spaces instead of 1. Chev says, "Ah, my homeland." Yes, yes, we're in your area. This is the rest of my stuff. Throw more of the chains in there. 56 chains. Not bad. And this one has more of these. Throw that away. Throw that away. And then once that gets actually, let's take this one with us. Get away from me! Oh, it spit out treasure. I got 2 pieces of bread. But no, I'd never be foolish enough to take the piece off of it to reveal the spawner. Let's put you away and... Okay, I'm gonna waste this one just to see what it does. Can you not... Ah! Aha. That's what they meant when they said it works like a flint and steel. Gotcha. Chef says, "I go now, bye! Goodbye! We'll see you next time." I'm gonna eat the bread. Keeping an eye on Felix. Soon, you will have your food soon. He might also be being fussy because his toys are all stuck underneath the laundry room door again. Like usually he has at least 1 left, but then once that 1 disappears, then he starts being bad because he has nothing else to do then. But I got him a pack of 3 of those little straw toys and just a boatload of springs, and he's down to 1 straw and like 2 springs because the rest of them have vanished. Even when I check underneath the laundry room door, they're gone. There's nothing in there. And I think he might be mistaking the umbrella for a grocery bag, so I'm gonna pick that up before he breaks it. You can find a safe spot for this, or you can break it. Right there.
I'm just in Pokemon.
Yo.
It's on Netflix.
Awesome.
Oh, I was up in a mood tonight on Arcane.
Final episode.
And we have 2 more, right? Yeah, we'll see how we're
Yeah.
for them, but take your time. I'm just back in.
We're on the verge of finishing Arcane, season 2. And I'm very excited because I've been avoiding any and all fan art of the show just because every time you start looking you see a spoiler. And with only 2 episodes left, I'm like, I don't want to be spoiled for the actual ending, even though I kind of already did. I know that character A and character B die together, but I have no context for how or why. It kind of sucks. I got introduced to... The first thing I saw of Arcane was the picture, was the fan art of character A and character B dying together. That was my first introduction to the show. So it's kind of following suit with Gravity Falls and Steven Universe, where the first thing I ever saw of the show was the ending, so I was just completely spoiled. Like, I mean, if you haven't seen Gravity Falls yet, that's on you, because it's been out for like 20 years. But the first thing I ever saw of Gravity Falls was fan art of Stan and Ford. And I'm like, oh, look at these two guys. They look cool. They look interesting. And then I looked more into the show, and I was like, oh wait, I wasn't supposed to know about him. Oh, that was supposed to be a secret. And then the first thing I ever heard about Steven Universe was my friend Hinata calling me, crying because of the episode A Single Pale Rose, and just screaming. Once again, if you haven't seen Steven Universe yet, that's on you. It's been out for like 10 years. But the first thing I ever heard about Steven Universe was Hinata calling me, crying and screaming that Rose's Pink Diamond! Rose's Pink Diamond! Oh my god! And I'm like, who is this? And she's like, it's me! I'm like, okay, yeah, who are these guys? And then she proceeded to explain the entire plot of Steven Universe to me within the span of like 20 minutes. At the end of it, I'm like, I still don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds like a good story. She's like, yeah! And it was like years later, finally, like during college, I actually watched it, and I'm like, oh, that's what you were talking about! Wait, that was supposed to be a secret! Oh! I'm trying to... I think that's another reason why I'm so drawn to, like, watching Minecraft and, like, YouTube content. Because it's an ongoing story. There's no future episodes to be spoiled for, because it's like, I'm actually watching them as they're occurring. So whatever happens next in like the next Scar video or the next Korean video, complete surprise. I do need to catch up with Life series. I've been watching Bigby's perspective because I love him. And the thing is, his episodes are like an hour and a half long, so it takes me a while to go through them. And by a while, I mean like several days. Just like watching a bit here and there. So I'm a little behind, but I see the blips of people talking about who's died and who's left. And honestly, it would be really funny if Bigby won. Because like, he's not a fighter, he's not a builder, he is just purely a con artist. He put all of his points into charisma, and it would be really funny if he won just by dodging everybody. Also, I might make an animatic on this, but I can't help but notice that every single time an explosion has gone off, it has missed Bigby by like a block. Like, if you watch through his episodes, I think he's still on green, last I checked. Even in the most recent one, what episode are we on? 7? I think he's still in green unless something happened. But every time an explosion has gone off that's killed like multiple people, it has missed him by an inch. Like the creeper that took out Tango. Bigby got hit by the blast, but he was standing just far enough away that it didn't kill him, and he just had the time to turn around and go, oh, and look at the crater. And that has happened multiple times. The Pokeball kill missed him by an inch. The second Pokeball kill missed him by an inch. I think it was Pokeball kill, but there was like, when they went to the funeral for Tango, an explosion went up, missed him. So if Bigby survives just by sheer dodging power, that would be really funny. I also appreciate that he's getting more attention this season, with teaming up with, you know, Joel and Skiz and Jimmy, and like those guys are like, you know, the popular members of the server. So Big B teaming up with them is definitely sending a lot more new people his way. I'm really happy about it. I gotta get all the way up to the ceiling. Oh wait, I don't have to. My pickaxe can reach that far. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy hole. Diggy diggy hole. And also going back around to fanfiction talk, I'm planning more of Big B's character in the you know, the steampunk fantasy, and I definitely want to lean into him being like a Watcher worshipper and being like an oracle. So maybe he used to be like an advisor to someone in the palace, but then he, you know, predicted a future incorrectly, or he predicted something that they didn't like, and they exiled him. So then as the hermits are traveling, you know, from island to island, they come across him, and they're like, oh, what's this? What are you doing out in the middle of nowhere? And he's just a sheep herder who's been, you know, exiled to, you know, just watch over the sheep and nothing else. And then he's just this cryptic person who lives nearby that they'll invite over for like dinner and games and stuff. And then every now and then his eyes will roll back to his head and he'll make a prediction and they'll be like, okay, that was weird. Do you wanna, it's your turn for checkers. And he'll come back and be like, oh yeah. And then Grian just has to bite his tongue as Big B speaks about the Watchers and gets things completely wrong. He's like, when a Watcher falls to earth, it turns to obsidian and his feathers turn to stone. And Grian's just like, no, I didn't. Oh, that's enough for this set. And let's get a box. There we go. And where's my original? I think they're underneath us. Okay, I'll leave those there. We don't need those. This will be new junk box for the top pieces. How do I want to do this? I think going up to the top and then just making my way down will be easier. And we'll just get the tuff alongside it. We won't worry about going around it. I hear my neighbor stomping. Again, with the amount of loud thuds that come from our upstairs neighbors, It's at a point where I'm not even annoyed. I'm just very curious. Like, what are you doing at midnight that involves the sound of a cinder block being dropped on the floor? What is that? What are you doing? Why? Why are you digging me? That's my mother. I need to look at the text from my mother. Mother. Oh no. She's got squirrels in her car. Just another day in Pennsylvania. Oh, that's right. Maybe once we get another box of copper, we can go check out the parkour game that Show made. Because apparently we have a gaming district set up, and the first game is already up. And it's a parkour climber, and I want to go give it a try. It's very dark up here, so I'm going to put a torch down. There we go. And that's the spawners. We're not going to touch that. Not again. And we'll take the chains. Uh-oh. The lag. The lag! It's back! Oh, let's just go. Give me that. What other copper is below me? No, I'll do this. It's such a good sound, I love it. Torches coming from florals. Torch path. Ah! Oh well, we'll get the rest from down here. There you go. These grates are very pretty. I'd love to do something with these. The thing is, since I'm doing a Western theme, a lot of my builds are going to be wood-based, and, you know, not a lot of metal. But I'm sure I'll think of something. I guess the shop itself will be copper, so I'll get to flex my design skills. And by flex, I mean practice. Because I don't think... Yeah, I built with copper. I made a roof. I've made a roof, and I've made a beehive nest. That's about it. But I do love working with it just because of all the different shapes it can take. Like, just having the little bolts in the side of it gives so much texture to a build. Ooh. Give me that. Alright, so we got this wall. Now let's... Yeah, let's just go straight ahead and plow these out of the way. I'll put down another torch so I can see. And it looks like these pieces actually have something underneath them. How much space do I have? I got space. I'll take the clay pots. See, the clay pots made me think of Legend of Zelda. So now, if I want to pick up Zelda for the first time, what game would be a good one to start with? I have a Wii, I have a 3DS, and I have a Switch. Because I love the Nintendo games, but by Nintendo I mean Mario. Because growing up I was just purely a Mario playing kid. And now I'm like, I actually want to try the other Nintendo games. Like, I want to play Legend of Zelda, I want to play Kirby. They look... the cuteness of Kirby and the fantasy of Zelda seem to be right up my alleys. So I would love to give them a try. Also, you know which game I really want to try? Professor Layton. I've been listening to the Professor Layton soundtracks, which is usually how I get into games and shows, is by listening to the soundtrack first. And if I like the music, I'll watch it or I'll play it. But I have been listening to the Professor Layton soundtracks, like, religiously, like, as my background music while I'm here. Like, if it wasn't for copyright, I'd be listening to Professor Layton right now. And because of that, I really, really want to play a Professor Layton game. And the thing is, even though a lot of the games are made for the DS, and my DS is pretty much dead, and it's also kind of next to impossible to stream from a DS, I have heard that a lot of the games have been remastered for mobile, so you can play them on your phone. And if you can play them on your phone, that means that you can play them on an iPad, and I know how to screen share from my iPad to the computer, which means that I could stream Professor Layton. I need to do more looking to see which game is first, but I would love to play through all of them and go in like a sequential order. I've also heard that there's a cartoon series, and I would like to just watch that on my own, but I want to wait until after I play the game to watch the cartoon. Oh, that's cool. That's how you light it up. But yeah, I know next to nothing about the Layton world. I don't know any of the plots, I don't know any of the stories, so I haven't really seen any spoilers for anything big, other than he used to be in love with a woman and something happened to her. That's kind of all I know. That's kind of a generic backstory. You'd expect that from a character like Layton. Oh, that's it. So as of right now, that's like all I've been spoiled about. And like I said, I just really want to play them because I've been listening to the music and I love the music so much. It's the greatest thing in the world. Also, like I said, I've played the first Ace Attorney trilogy, and I've watched like playthroughs of it, so I know quite a lot of Ace Attorney, at least the basics. You know, I know Phoenix, I know Edgeworth, Maya, all those characters. And I also really like the music for Ace Attorney. I really want to play the Ace Attorney Professor Layton crossover, because just from what I know about Phoenix Wright and from the little bit I've seen of Layton, those two would either be best friends or they would kill each other. But I was about to say neither of them are really fighters, but I've seen videos of Professor Layton sword fighting. So Layton would mop the floor with Phoenix, but everybody does. That's just kind of a requirement. If you're in a Phoenix Wright game, if you're in an Ace Attorney game, you have to mop the floor with Phoenix. He's just such a loser of a character, and that's why everybody loves him. Just the absolute wet cat who somehow survives the most horrible things being done to him. And then he'll just get up and be like, oh, that was an inconvenience. From what I've seen, he's got like Indiana Jones levels of survivability. Whereas, like he'll fall off a bridge into a raging river and just walk away with a cold. And he won't even be that fazed by it. He'll just be like, wow, that sucked. Anyways. And meanwhile, the bad guy's just like, how are you not dead? And he's like, oh, was that supposed to kill me? And then you realize that maybe he's not that much of a loser, actually. Maybe he's kind of scary. I've also been listening to a lot of the Ace Attorney anime bloopers, which, if you haven't watched those, the bloopers in and of themselves are basically an abridged version. The voice actors are so funny, and they make fun of the characters so much. I love it. Hello, Florlin Lint! Welcome, welcome! I am talking about video games I would like to play. I would like to play Professor Layton, and I would like to play more Ace Attorney. I want to play Kirby, and I want to play Zelda. And like I said, for the Layton games, because they are on mobile, that means they're on the iPad, and if they're on the iPad, that means I can screen share them, so I can stream it. Maybe that'll be... How far away are we from September? That's on Monday. Maybe for the month of September, I stream Professor Layton. And here's the thing, I'm not very good at puzzles. They frustrate me, they confuse me. So we'll see how long it takes me to get through one game. But the puzzles are also kind of geared more towards, you know, kids to play them, so I might have a chance. They shouldn't be too terribly bad, but they might be. I don't know. I don't know what the skill level is. Is Professor Layton music copyrighted? Because you can definitely play quite a few Nintendo songs without getting hit. Because if I had the choice, like I said, I'd be listening to the Professor Layton soundtrack right now. Somebody made a really good compilation of like the best soundtracks, and they kind of like mashed them up into a medley, and I've been just listening to that on repeat. It's also really good background music for writing a steampunk fantasy. So I've been listening to that while doing my my fanfic writing too. And you can't see what I'm doing, so I'm gonna put a torch down. And I'm almost through with this pick. So let's see how long it takes. Like I said, my goal is to just go until both of these pickaxes break. And that'll be my limit. And then we'll come back and do some more. On a different day. But yeah, all of this copper is going to be going into our store, Copper Corp. But a lot of it is also going to be used to build the store. So I'll have to do some drawing to figure out what I want the store to look like. So like I said, I know where it is, and I know I want it to have like a water wheel on the side because I'll be making it on the cliff on the edge of the shopping district. And I want to, instead of covering up the cliff, I want to incorporate it into the design. So maybe, actually, you know what? I've got a good one. I've got a good idea. Back in my hometown, there's a place called McConnell's Mills. And basically, state park. I thought I was just falling for a really long time. I didn't see where I was going. I was expecting to hit the ground. But there's a place called McConnell's Mills back in my hometown. State park. It's a really cool one because it got carved out by glaciers, so it's really rocky and hilly and kind of, like the rocks aren't huge, but it's kind of a miniature bouldering course, so you get a lot of climbers and hikers out there. Big raging rapids river in the middle of it, but on the side the place gets its name from an old grain mill that was put on the edge of the river. And I think that grain mill might be a good inspiration starting point for the shape of my store. Because, you know, that's a place that I frequented very often. I kind of have it, the shape of it, and the interior kind of in my head. I hear spiders. And like I said, on the outside, it just had a giant water wheel being turned by the waterfall. That's kind of what I want to go for. But the outside was mostly wood, and it was this really dark wood to the point where it was black just because it was like right next to the river and always wet. There's a big spawner nearby. So maybe to save on copper, we can make the store out of wood, maybe get some dark oak going, and have the details and the highlights be made out of copper. So I think just like a green base of like this stuff with dark oak on top and then little orange like pipes going up the side would be, that'd be kind of cute. And then maybe we can add on to it, you know, make it look a little bit more steampunky. I really hope I don't dig through the wall to those spiders. Okay, so I started over there. I should probably just keep going on the floor before I get distracted over there. And we're almost full. Looks like we're full. Let's go bring this back to, I think it was this side. No, it was this way. Now I'm getting lost. I need to keep these stairs here so I remember where my exit is. That's a junk drawer, and let's throw this in. Not you. we don't have room for just a copper bulb. Waxed copper bulb. Ah! Looks like we'll put down a new one. There we go. There, my neck. Now throw that away, throw that away, throw that away. And here we go. Now we can pick up all these. And now we'll start on this side and keep going, so we have an entire half of the room cleared out. My voice is getting raspy. I need my water. There we go. I just remembered, I have a half-finished animatic I never finished. Sitting on my iPad. It was the Legends of Evantris one that I started. And then Life Series started, so I jumped on that. But I want to finish that. That one is more of an experimental one, because if you know the animator Shucharu on YouTube, they've done a lot of fandom animatics, and their style is just very madcap, very funny, very memey and expressive. So the Legends of Evantris animatic I did was kind of trying to imitate their style a little bit. Not so much the drawings, but the way they animate. So it's definitely more of a practice piece, but they have this way of lip syncing, because usually in animatics you don't actually like lip sync. You just open the mouth and hold the pose, and then change, change from frame to frame. But you don't actually animate the lips moving. But what Shucharu does is they animate the same way that you would operate a puppet, where they have one frame of mouth open, one frame of mouth closed, and maybe an in-between frame of mouth halfway open. And instead of just moving the mouth, they move the whole body. So it's one frame like this, the next frame like this. So then when the character talks, it's, they just talk of course on beat with the dialogue, but they bounce and the lines boil, so that it looks like they're actually fully lip synced. So I was just really trying to do that and see if I could make it work, because I do like that style where it is just very funny to watch. And like I said, it reminds me a lot of how you would operate a puppet, where like the puppet isn't, lip syncing. They're just opening and closing their mouth on time to the beats of the dialogue. So I definitely want to finish that animatic just to complete my homework assignment of figuring out how to do that. Even if I don't use it in like Armorcraft animatic, it's still a style piece that I wanna learn how to do. I also signed up for a map. I've never been a part of a map before. For those who don't know, that is a multi-animator project where you'll have, a song or a storyline, but then a different animator animates every scene. So scene 1 goes to this guy, scene 2 goes to that guy, and then you combine them all together. So I signed up for one of those, and we'll see what scenes I get picked for, because it's a life series one. With the song Bohemian Rhapsody, and there's specific scenes in there that while I was watching like the blueprint video where like if the song's playing and then it had like dialogue pop up on screen of like what would be happening during those moments in the song. There were some moments in there that I was like, oh, that's a really dramatic moment with like a really strong piece of action. I want to animate that. And then there were other moments where I'm like, that would be really funny to draw. And the way that some of the pieces were timed with the music, I was like, I want that scene specifically. So I made sure to write that down in my little notes on the application, where I was like, hey, can I please have this section with Jimmy? Because it would be really funny. Because I do want to actually animate more. Because like I said, I can do the animatics, but that's more comic book style of pose to pose. I want to actually animate frame by frame more, but that takes time. So yeah, I would like to get to a point where I have time in the day specifically set aside to work on that. As like animation, as much as I love, you know, my gaming and my streaming, animation will always be my first love, and I don't want to lose it. I don't want to fall away from it. I want to continue getting better at it, not regress because I haven't practiced. Because I realize there are, even though I've had like an entire animated like short film under my belt, I still haven't animated that much actually. Even going through the entirety of like animation school, I haven't animated that much because a lot of those classes we were learning fundamentals of just how to draw, how to storyboard, how to design a character. And then the actual animation was ball bounce. Draw somebody throwing something, animate somebody talking. Now animate a film. So in terms of like actual like diverse things, I don't have a lot of practice animating different things. Like the character that I animated for the film, I know how to animate him, but I don't know how to animate a different character. Maybe someday I'll show you guys the film, because it was really funny. The guy I worked on it with was like a jerk, but the film itself was really good, and I really enjoyed it. And definitely someday I'll bring those characters back. I was just thinking of them this morning, and even though I'm not working on that story anymore, because it's a story that used to be a webcomic, even though I'm not like working on the story anymore, I'll still come across things that make me think of the characters. I'll be like, oh, this would be really funny for Marlowe to do. This is absolutely something he would do. And I've even come across like some old notes that I like forgot that I had written down, and I'm like, oh, this is actually a really good scene that I had an idea for. This would be really dramatic to see, you know, played out. So it'll come back someday. A little bit of a deviation from what you guys know me for, because you guys now know me for like my fantasy style D&D stuff. This story was just full-on Star Trek science fiction. You know, aliens and superheroes and the whatnot. It was kind of a Star Trek combined with the Avengers. And like I said, I still really love it. And I want to share it someday. But we'll get there. Like I said, with my body not liking to sit down and work on stuff for long periods of time, making something as big as a comic book would take a really long time. So it is something that I would have to work on slowly in the background and not have like a deadline to think about. But you'll get it eventually. Like I said, I think you guys would really like the characters. I've even noticed, like, while designing the hermits, there's some design pieces that are sort of left over from how I drew my original characters. And it's weird, like, you can see it's weird seeing that you've drawn something the same way your entire life. Like in my webcomic, I had a character who wore goggles up on their head. So now when I draw the hermits, I go to draw False or Tango, I'm drawing the goggles in the exact same way. It's the exact same pair of goggles that I drew on the first character. Or like, even Scar's face, the way I draw him, his eyes are like, those are the eyes of one of my original characters. Like, that's how they emoted. And those were the faces that they made. So now when I'm drawing Scar, I'm still drawing them. I also realized that when it comes to like drawing furniture and stuff, I've been drawing the exact same couch for my entire life. Anytime a scene calls for a couch, I draw the exact same couch over and over again. It's like I have one in the prop garage and I pull it out for every occasion, whether it's for a sci-fi show or it's for the hermits or if it's for just a random meme. If a scene calls for a couch, I draw the exact same couch. I have never deviated. Look at that. If we go over here, we've got exactly one half cleared out, save for the stuff up top. We got space. Shows there's a lot of people on this morning, which that's right, for show's the furthest one away from us time zone wise. I think show's a full 8 hours ahead, because from what I've heard, he's Austrian, but he's living in Japan, so he's in other side of the Pacific time zone. Let me put my torch back. Boop. I really hope that I have enough copper to sell, because the diamonds that I make from selling these pieces, even in just a pop-up shop, is gonna be the diamonds that I need to make more pickaxes. So I can keep getting more copper. And there is a lesson in business in there. Of like needing to make more than what your materials cost. Because if it takes 3 diamonds to make a pickaxe, and then you only sell enough to make 3 diamonds to make another pickaxe, then you have neither earned nor lost money. All you lost was time. I'm gonna go up here and take out the wall first. And we'll stick that there. See, given that we're getting a lot of excess tough, I might incorporate the tough into the shop build. If I make it out of tough bricks to sort of emulate this, and then again put the copper on for detail so that we're not losing, you know, our stock that we're trying to sell. There we go. And if I clear out this, and that'll be it for the first floor. Nice. And then, you know, if we're gonna build our shop out of tough, then we can just take out the floor. So why waste time making materials when you can just get it pre-made? Also, I would like more diamonds so that I can actually go buy stuff from the shopping district so that I don't have to make things. See, I already spent quite a bit on Atemzi's shulker box shop, which is very helpful. There's no way I'd be able to do this without those. And like I said, I wonder if Heroic and I could come to some sort of business agreement, because like I said, they're selling the honey and the wax, and copper kind of needs wax. But that's a situation where I'd be relying on Heroic, or Heroic would be relying on me for business. Who'd be relying on who there? Because you can sell copper without wax, but there's really no reason to buy wax unless you're using it on copper. Let's get these pieces. Oh no, the lag's coming back! Oh no! And it's still thunderstorming outside. Unless that was a motorcycle. I think that was a motorcycle. Alright, well let's see if we have any empty slots to throw some of these in. That's it. That's it. Alright, the rest of these go in here. And the tough will go in there. How much tough do you think we'd need to build a shop? Probably a bit more than that. Let's go tear up some of the floor, at least like... Let's get a few more stacks of this. So I'm thinking of designs for the store. Because the But that'll just be for the one store. The other store I want to make is a terracotta shop, because I'm kind of in the perfect spot to get terracotta. And I recently figured out that you can dye plain terracotta and change it to different colors. So I'm gonna have to find whoever has the flowers. I think floral. I might need to give you some business so I can buy some flowers to make the dye to make the colored terracotta. But I think the idea for that shop is I want to build kind of like a miniature red rock formation. Oh, I hear the spiders again. Let me take these. It's dark. Here we go. But I'm wondering for the terracotta, I'll probably sell it plain, and then if you want to glaze it yourself, you can. So that would be on you to put it in the furnace and turn it to the different colors. Or I can sell the glazed terracotta separately and charge extra. Let's grab some of these for our decoration. Oh, this is the one where you needed to use the wind charges to get up. I might do the same thing I did in the last room and just go walk along the edge to get all that. But first... You know what? These are valuable too. That takes a lot of iron to make one of those. So I will snatch. That in there. Okay, we'll take you too. This is the snow room. Athy, I thought you said you wanted to come in and collect the snow. Oh, we'll try not to disturb the snow too much. Give me that torch. Do. See, so now how many do we have? We have a lot of chisel tough and chisel tough bricks. Okay, those are two different things. Give me those. It's one of those things I don't know how much I'll need, so I'm just gonna get as much as possible. There's no way I'm about to hit the 3-hour mark. I didn't realize I've been going for that long. Oh, I wonder why I'm getting tired. I might finish this room, and then I do want to go check out Show's parkour thing. Because now that we know how to find this place, we will absolutely be back. Give me that. go. Oh, there he goes. Let's put these away. And let's put these in here. There we go. So now I think that's a good ending point. That's a good spot to pack up and leave. We cleared out 2 rooms. And there we go. I'll take that. Take that. Oh, is there anything I want to take on in here? I think that's it. Now how do I leave? How do I get out? I don't remember how I got in here. I'm gonna take this too. Give it in. And I imagine there is no way to pick these up, like even if you had like Silk Touch or something, these are immovable. I imagine. How do I get... I did it again! I did it again! Over here. I'll leave that for me to discover next time. But on the way up, is there anything I want to take? Feather falling, that's right, that was meant for me. And our raw copper. We'll take a husk head, add that to the collection. Take a gapple. Honey. Take a firework. Bow. Bow, I'll take the bow. Take a potion. Take arrows. And strength, regen. Put that in there. And take that. Anything else good in here? Oh, we got more copper pieces. Oh, we'll get those on the next one. Snatch. But now let's get the heck out of here. And we will come back after I dig these out. Every little bit helps. There we go. Do I have room for that? I don't have room for that. And let's get out. I want to see if I can at least put the pop-up shop in the shopping district. So maybe we can start making some money. I get so nervous going up that section. Boing! Back into the daylight. This place is huge. And it looks like Athi's done a lot of work just to clear out the mushrooms. Oh, dude, I hope they capitalized on that and made some sort of mushroom shop. Because do you realize how many people would probably want to build with the stems and the bits and polka dot bits and stuff like that? I'd pay for that. Here we go. Hello, Max. Sorry to keep you waiting. I need to go down. Actually, I forget which one is the shopping district. I think it might be that. Either way, let's make sure we're heading the right direction. We're not. We need to go down. There we go. Just through a box. There we go. Let's see if we can remember which portal is the shopping district. And then we can do some on-the-fly crafting to get a little pop-up shop set up. This might take a while. There we go. There's farm of some sort. Interesting. So that's that, and if we could keep going forward. I don't remember which portal the shopping district is. I think it's the one we're heading to. Hello? I don't think it's this one, but I want to see whose this is anyways. I thought that was lava. Oh, this is Mr. Coakley Dokley's. Cool. Oh well, if you want to see more about that, you go watch this video. We need to turn around. Is it this one? Which? Because I remember it was out this way. Because it wasn't down, it wasn't sideways. I don't know, this one has a sign. Cookly dookly. I didn't just go backwards, did I? No. Is it that one? Out there? Guys, I might need some help. I don't remember which one is the shopping district. I don't even think I have it loaded on my overworld map. Grimathy. Well, let's see who's over here. Let's do some snooping. Huh. Actually, let's see, how far away are we? Oh, we're very far away. This is... So this is all the stuff that we have loaded in, right? In our world. So he's all the way up there. Wow. Oh, and that's that's Coakley's farm. And over here is shopping district. Alright, so if we go off of this, I was right in thinking that shopping district is up. It's one of the upper portals. So if we do some thinking from here, from this portal, we need to go at a diagonal. We need to go northeast. Oh, don't look, Max. Is it that one? That seems like it because there was... there was Cocolee's farm, and then here, and then on the map it made a Y. Make sure I'm facing the right way. I'm not. I need to go this way. There. I'll get there eventually. Pardon me. Oh, my back. Like I said, I've been sitting here for 3 hours. I didn't even realize it. No wonder why my back's screaming at me. Is it you? It's got a horse head on it. Yep, that's it. So on the map I need to remember that one that's on the very obvious lit up path is shopping district. Okay. Boop. And here we go. So I haven't put the episode out yet showing us working on this. Alright, so you'll get to see a little bit of a spoiler. But oh my gosh! So this, you know what, Max, I'm gonna leave you up here, is our shopping district. And in the beginning, I presented the idea of having a sort of central park in the middle of the shopping district. And we're gonna we would fill it with gardens and maybe some little creeks and some pathways, and I'm gonna be designing a fountain in the middle. And like I said, I pitched the idea and everybody really liked it. So now Central Park is kind of my project. I'm at least the supervisor of it, and we had a team of quite a few people. Oh, you're still attached to me. Oh, you know what? Come on down here. And everybody is kind of getting their own section to work on their garden. So the giant tree over there is Temsi's. The gazebo in the back is Lockie's. But we've got other people working on it. We've got James. We've got... Where's your lead? Give me that. What do I drop? What do I drop? Don't drop the empty one. Go back for it. And I can tie you up on something. Is there anything I can tie you up on? I'll tie you up to the cart. Here's a fence post. Boop. There. And just says, ooh, looking nice, thank you! Okay, Pixel's pop-up potions. Potion of weakness, I'm already weak. I see they probably have a different potion on display on different days. Yes, but so yeah, I am the supervisor of Central Park, and together we've got a bunch of other people working on it. So we have different plots for different people. The center is mine, and in a video coming up, I will be building the fountain and kind of showing the progress of the park being made. And I forget who was this one? Because this is new. This is pretty. This isn't a shop. This is a stable. Oh, this would have been helpful 5 seconds ago. There, Cotton Candy Stables. Oh, that is cute. That is cute. I forget. I don't remember who had this spot over here. But that's awesome. Eric's is careful of spoilers. I know. Let me respawn. But yeah, for my shop, I want to put it in the back over here. even though it's not very visible, we might move our pop-up shop up to the front. Yeah. Like I said, I don't remember who worked on what, and if anybody has any issues with their stuff being shown so far. But either way, if you want the full stories of any of these buildings, you go follow the rest of the Vanians. You go follow them and watch their episodes. But yeah, I think over here, I said was where I wanted to go. Actually, no, it was over here. No, wait. I did say I was gonna do some terraforming on the outside. But yeah, I was inspired by the waterfalls that are kind of naturally occurring around here. And I wanted to, like I said, have the building with the water wheel going at it. Yeah, this used to be a drop. This went a lot further down, but it looks like it got filled in. Alright, so it looks like I'd be going on that side. You know, this would be good to clean my spot anyways. Right over here. And it looks like everybody's sort of agreeing to line up along this. I see the frog lights. I don't know if the frog lights are indicative of somebody claiming a spot or not. Those might just be for mobs. But let me see. There we go. Let's take a copper. Copper, copper, copper. And let's see if we can do some quick organizing. Nope, that's a junk drawer. That's another junk drawer. That's also a junk drawer. I only have 3 boxes. I think I need to do some quick crafting. So just take some of these logs. Logs into planks. Plank into table. And I'm trying to make a sign. That's what I'm trying to do. Make stick. Get rid of those. Sign. Felix, what are you doing? What are you doing? It is almost 8. You are probably hungry. But let me set this up and then I will go give you your dinner. There we go. 1 stack, 2 diamonds. Copper corp. 1 stack of anything. 1 stack of any. 2 diamonds. Get it. Well, let me actually use some of these to throw everything else inside. Here we go. And let's see if we can do some quick organizing. So, green, 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 green. Oh do is take all of these pieces. That's the ones we have the most of. There we go. And actually, I will put these in their own shulker. And now we'll go for these ones. These ones will get their own. And we'll take these out. Put these in. Block of copper. Oh, you're different. Put you away. And you're not a full set, so we'll take you out. Alright. Now this one can be for the cut pieces. So we'll take these out. I'll throw these in there. Hey. Cut pieces. Cut. Cut. Now you're a different one. There we go. If I don't have a full stack of it, I won't sell it. So green, regular, cut pieces. What else? That's a cut piece. Alright, my brain is actively frying right now. There. Take the grates, Hey Felix. Do I only have 6 grates? Oh, going for the backdrop again where I have it hung up. I know you're hungry, let me throw this junk in here. Actually, these all seem like miscellaneous pieces, so I will just throw the rest of these in here. I know, I'm coming, baby, I'm coming. You just made me type 67. But now we have these, and we have these. Right on. I don't have enough cut pieces. Floral says, I want the baby. Oh, he just took a screenshot. He is chewing on my monitor. Ayo, let me get rid of this box. And Copper Core is now open. This is my pop-up. Boop. Boop. Grand opening. Oh well. But I think Mr. Felix is letting me know that he's chewing on my ceramic piece. I know, I'm coming. Let me end stream and I'll get to you. Just started licking his butt. Well, anyways, I think that is gonna do it for this episode. Or for the stream, I should say. There we go. Remember, if you are enjoying the VODs of the videos or anything else that gets put up on this channel, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a moment of my cute face. Thank you for joining the stream today. Thank you all for joining me. Have a good night and a pleasant tomorrow. This has been the Brave. Out. Wait.
What just happened?
Felix, for the love of God. I'll see y'all next time.